Greetings hobbyists, this is Artisans of Vol, and in this video we're talking about the Solidify Plus add-on. So basically this add-on is everything you want in a Solidify tool, or the standard Solidify tool, but better. So let's just have a look at this and see exactly what it can do. So I've brought in a plane here, and to activate this all we do is we go to modifiers, and once we've installed it, we add a modifier, come down to our unassigned, and click Solidify Plus. Now you can change where this goes to if you want to, but I've covered that in a different video. So let's just click this and we get our Solidify modifier activated. And this looks very much like the standard Solidify. It's got a number of things that normally has, but just even more options. So just as normal, we can change the thickness, but it adds a range of other options as well. What I'm going to do is press Ctrl and 3 to add in a subdivision surface as well, because it's going to help demonstrate a lot of these features. So the things that come as standard with Blender are that we can crease the outside, so the top, and we can crease the inside, so the bottom, or both of them together as you want. So that is fairly standard. The other thing we can do, if I just turn off the subdivision and then turn on our wireframe, is that we can actually add additional rim loops, which is something you definitely can't do, to this, which is going to be important for another element of this in the future. But what's really nice about this is if we add in our subdivision again, this gives us a level of control over our subdivision as well, which is really handy. So we're effectively adding in our controlling loops just by using this, and we don't have to go into the mesh to do that, which we can't because this was a plane. Now before we go any further, this is available on Superhive. There's a link in the description. It's an affiliate link. If you decide to use that, it'd be really appreciated. But there is a free version of this where you get just the rim loops feature, which I've just showed, as well as the standard things that you'd normally get in Solidify. So if you're just interested in that, get it for free. You can also get the paid for version, which has all of the additional bits that I'm about to show you, and it's only $6.99. So for the amount of functionality, I think that's really great value. So the other things that we can do is control our creasing. So as well as having creasing from the inner and outer, we can actually crease the rim, so we can have that working on our edges, or our vertices on our edges. Let's just change down those rim loops so that we can have this effectively being a nice sphered off sort of cube. Now what's cool about this is we have a lot of different options. I'm not going to go through every single one of the options, but we've got an angle threshold. But if I just come into vertex mode, so we've got our object here, and then Control Shift and B to bevel that. Let's put this 45-degree angle on it, which looks really cool. We can see that in this threshold angle, we are not affecting that, but we could change this if we wanted to, well, all these options. I'm not going to go through all of them, but I really like vertex crease. So for example, I could select those, N, item, and then put up my mean vertex crease to 1, and that means we've got full control over these and which ones are being affected. So I think this is a really, really nice option, just in terms of our level of control. We can do other things with bevel weights as well, so we can just set the bevel weight. So if you want to use the bevel modifier, let's just get rid of this subdivision surface. So if we want to just use a bevel modifier and add that in here affecting everything, what we can do is, instead of using the crease, so let's bring down our rim loops because we don't need it, we can add bevel weights to the inner or the outer, and obviously we need to change our bevel limit method to weight. So now this is working on everything except for these parts of the rim. We can change it to work on the rim, there we go, though it's not affecting these. And again, because we've got our angle threshold, and we can put that on vertex if we want. So you get so much control over this. We could also turn off one of the sections, so only have the top or the bottom. So again, just so much control is available to us with this. Right, let's just turn all of that off and get rid of this bevel. So just in terms of that control, this is pretty sweet. But what we can also do, and this is where we need the rim loops, let's put that up really high, and we come down to our rim shape, we can actually change the rim shape using the modifier. So notice this is actually going to push out or in the rim, so we can go somewhere like that, or we could go inwards if we wanted to, without having to use a bevel modifier. Now this automatically, and this is really important, has an even offset to it. So if I come to side view here, we can see that this curve here, which works off a 45-degree angle and sometimes can have problems, doesn't. If I got rid of that, you can see how this causes some minor issues. So yeah, awesome level of control. The other thing we can do, let's just get rid of that push and put it to 0, is we can work this off a profile curve. So let's come into object mode, create a curve. I don't know what type of curve I want. Let's just go for a single point polyline, and then G and Y that over to the side. And let's go into edit mode, and then E, and then Y. Now let's do X just to make this really clear. And then we'll select those segments and subdivide. Let's subdivide that twice. And we could select those in E and then do that on the Y. So we've got something like this, and then from there we could select here, select our profile curve, select this object, and I think this is rotated the wrong way, so let's just RZ and 90 and Control and A and apply the rotation. There we go, and we've got this working. So suddenly we get this really cool looking bevel here. Now we could up our edge loops there to make this a little bit more clear, or have it less, so you could actually get to the point where you've got something like that, even though that's not quite the shape just because there's not enough edge loops. Or you can overwrite the rim loops with the number of edge loops you need. So this works perfectly. If you do that, you don't need to fiddle around with things, and it's thoughts like that that really count. I'm just going to G and then X and bring that off to the side. So this is really fancy, and obviously we can just change our thickness and this will work proportionally with it, or we could come over here and go into our curve, and let's say G and then Y that down and affect where that's going to be. So we get loads of options of how we're going to affect our object, or we could affect this Bezier curve. Let's just scale this up so it's a bit easier to see. So we could come in here and, I don't know, bevel this. I don't know, I'm going to use Curve Machine for that, so let's do that one and that one, and we get that. So effectively this will work off any curve object that we've got, Bezier curves or whatever. So I think this is really handy. I mean, I'm just using a normal plane, and it really shows the versatility of what you can do now with one single modifier. Now, if you really want to, you can also, when you've got the paid version, come into this as its geometry nodes, so you can have a look at this if you want to. Now, I'm okay with geometry nodes, but this is a lot. You can see how complex this is and what's gone into making this work, and this just quite frankly hurts my brain. So I'm not going to be looking to modify this, but if you're really happy with what you're doing, you could very comfortably modify this as you choose to take advantage of the fact that you've got access to it. So there we go. That is a quick intro to Solidify Plus. I would say that's well worth the $6.99, or even if you don't think it's worth $6.99, just get the free version so you can add in the loops, and that's still going to give you more control over what you get with the native Blender tools. Anyway, hopefully that's been interesting. If it is, hit that like button. If you are interested in purchasing this, it'd be really appreciated if you use the affiliate link that's found in the description. It helps the channel out a little bit and pays for the time it takes to make these videos. Hope to see you in the next one, and have a great day.